Hello and welcome to all you January babies for a colour analysis for March of 2026. I'm Dr. Karen and these are my colour readings. I certainly hope that what was given to you for February worked out for you just fine, and if you used your colours from the missing colour list, that you had a better outcome than you otherwise had expected. Now this month I've decided to use an oracle deck from the runes. Now, this is a very interesting little deck. There aren't very many cards in it, but they certainly have a lot to say, and let's see whether their input will help guide you along your way through March 2026. So let's get started, shall we? Now, for those of you who watched my readings in February, you may have noticed that I'm no longer using cards. I can't shuffle them anyway. So instead, what I've gone for is a whole range of coloured circles. These give us the same information. They're a bit noisier, and I think they're a lot more fun. So let's get started. Okay, firstly, we choose an oracle card from the runes deck and we'll place it here. We'll look at later. So let's now choose 1, 2, 3, and 4 colour circles for you for March 2026. All right. So what did we have for January? Well, we brought into the month yellow on black. There's also green on black. And then we have red on purple as where we're headed. And the underlying energy is cyan and brown. Let's have a look at these in more detail. The yellow on black is nature's warning sign. There is some sort of potential danger that has been around you, that has been part of the things that you've been doing, that also have been hinged upon the way in which you have approached life. The black underneath is all about needing to retreat, needing to get away, needing to settle down and to be quiet, to allow things to simply retreat from everyday interaction, because in the real world, there's been an overwhelming amount of new experience taking place. What you brought into the month is this learning and experiencing and having to remember. And all of that is teaching you new things about yourself and about your experiences and about your life in general that is starting to make you re-evaluate what is going on internally. Because ultimately, black internally is also about getting in contact with that self-spirit that enables you to retreat deep inside and discover from yourself some truths that you have hidden from yourself. As well as that, you also brought into the month green on black. Now that same black internally has to do again with retreat. But this time there's also the opportunity to take hold of anything that comes your way. Not only are you learning or subjected to a lot of learning and a lot of new experiences, but you're also being subjected to the opportunities to make changes, to get away from things. Green is escape. It's escape from the realities of what you don't want anymore, but it's also escape towards new things. So there are changes in the values that you have been carrying with you. Where does that take you into the future? Well, here we have red on purple. Now, the purple internally means that all of what has happened back here this green and yellow and black, all that combination has caused you to take some pretty interesting gambles with your life. You've jumped at opportunities that have come your way, and you've learned something out of those that is either positive or negative. There's no guarantee it's going to be either. But that has left you with a feeling of things aren't quite right. And in the real world, you've suddenly found yourself needing to stand up, to be counted, to become your own boss. Now, red and purple together have always got to do with this idea of wishing and hoping and trying to come up with some sort of solution that enables you to be the person in charge of your own healing. What has kept you there? Well, the underlying energy here is cyan on brown. Now, we know that brown is all about that exact same thing, the wishing and hoping, but it's also the need for goal development. You needed to find some things in your life that you can do and do differently in order to be able to create some sort of peace and quiet and harmony and satisfaction that enables life to just simply settle down and be calm for you. So what is it that is holding you in those positions? Well, for that, we need to look at the colours that are missing. Now, you have black, but there's no white. There's red, and you have yellow, and you have green. There's no blue, but you do have brown. You don't have orange, so you don't have orange. You don't have grey. You do have purple. You have cyan, but there is no pink. So in effect, these colours here, the black, red, yellow, green, brown, purple, and cyan, are all colours that you are using throughout the month of March in order to obtain whatever it is that's going to make you feel as though you have obtained the goals that you are trying to establish. But white, blue, orange, grey, and pink are the colours that are missing. And these are the ones that are vital for you to be able to jump the hurdle from this potential depression about things not going the way that you wanted them to, because despite the fact that you've been jumping at opportunities and also learning all sorts of new things, in effect, all it's done is made you very angry in the real world because things haven't worked out the way that you want them to. So, which of these is the one that is most appealing and which is the least appealing? Briefly, white is all about being able to look at life from new opportunities, being open to experiences that you've never tried before. Blue is about doing duty. It's about responsibility. It's about being able to nurture yourself and also those around you, making sure that all your ducks are in a row, that everything is the way that it should be. Orange is all about being able to overcome crises, being able to have the courage and the confidence to move ahead when things don't look as though they are going your way. Grey is about being able to overcome confusion. How do you deal with uncertainty? And finally, pink is the ability to ask for help when you need it, to be open to assistance from others because you have recognized that you can't do things for yourself. So which of these are you going to choose? Because if you put the two, the best and the worst of these, into your life, you'll find that they will support this underlying energy and send you in a direction where the red and purple, instead of being angry in the real world about the lack of healing in your internal world, suddenly becomes the opportunity to take charge of everything that makes you feel good about yourself and your life and your experiences. So let's now have a look at what the room has to say about this. Well, what you have here is, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, so I'm not even going to attempt, but it is joy, comfort, pleasure, fellowship, harmony, prosperity, ecstasy, glory, spiritual reward, but also the possibility of going over the top. That's what this is about. Glory, ecstasy, spiritual rewards, that's all part of the purple. But the possibility of going over the top is the red. Perhaps you might take it as a warning. You'll notice that today's readings have been rather short, and that's because while these are being uploaded, I'm on my way on a 2-day trip, 4 days round trip, with an additional day down there to go and see the traditional Chinese dances. I've been waiting for this for a couple of years. Last year, it was a cyclone that prevented us from going. This year, I'm definitely going to get there. So, while I'm going to be enjoying that, I hope you enjoy the reading. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a like, or maybe even comment. It always comes in handy for the algorithm. If you're new here and a bit confused, I'll leave a couple of cards at the end to give you some idea of what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Until I see you again, this time for April's reading, may the colours of your life lead you exactly where you need to be for your own higher